Yep.
Good evening. At this time, I'll call to order the regular scheduled committee meeting for the Village of Midlothian, Wednesday, December 4th, 2024, at 7 p.m. Roll call, please. Clerk Moskowitz.
Trustee Burbatt. Trustee Caveney. Trustee Crowley.
Here.
Trustee Hilly.
Here.
Trustee Johnson.
Here.
Trustee Killily.
Here.
Mayor LaRue.
Here.
We have a quorum, sir.
Sir, please stand for pledge of allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So at this time, I'll open the floor to public comment. Is there any public comment tonight? Yes, ma'am. Please come to the microphone, state your name and address, please.
So this question is directed to Trustee Crowley. You had talked about this proposed recycle program.
Yes.
So, and the survey that was gonna be coming out, so I did receive that, and I think it's great. Just one question, on the disposal of televisions, is there a size limit to a television? Because sometimes places, you know.
We have not, when we met with the rep from Republic, he did not give a size
There's
limitation
not,
on our.
there's no size.
Okay.
Just one
Okay.
per month, but you have to
Right.
call in advance.
Okay, that was all I needed.
And I'll be talking about that this evening too.
Okay, great, thank you.
But if they come to your house every month and there's a TV, they're gonna start questioning why you have 12 TVs. Anyone else? All right, I'll close the floor to public comment, move on to trustee business. Trustee Johnson.
Thank you, Mayor. I have nothing tonight.
Thank you, ma'am. Trustee Hilly.
I have nothing tonight, sir.
Sir, trustee Kilby.
The only thing I have on the agenda is that we want to pass a tax levy before the end of the year, otherwise, things will happen. And, we want to try to pass that next week. The Finance Committee had a meeting yesterday, and, the tax levy will be adjusted, slightly based on some input from myself and the Finance Department, and hopefully that'll be ready for, the trustees to look at, tomorrow. So, we will, of course, keep our tax levy within the P-TEL limits, as we've agreed to do. And that's all I have.
Thank you. Trustee Crowley?
Thank you. Actually, I'd like to, go back and cover something for trustee Burbatt, if no one minds. On the agenda tonight, there is a approval for, sorry, not the wrong one. Approval of the payment to Calumet City Plumbing in the amount of $22,545 for the lead service line replacement, completing contingent upon receiving the funds for payment from IEPA. I'd like to make that motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please. Clerk Moskowitz.
Trustee Crowley.
Aye.
Trustee Hilly.
Aye.
Trustee Johnson.
Aye.
Trustee Killily.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Next, I have on the agenda for approval, a resolution 2412-04-A. This is a amended resolution specifically designated for the use of the coronavirus state and local fiscal recovery funds as authorized by the American Rescue Plan Act, received by the village. We went into detail about this a few months back and passed the ordinance. We are just amending that and revising that at this point, and I think I've spoke to all the trustees, so I am making that motion.
A second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please. Clerk Moskowitz.
Trustee Crowley.
Aye.
Trustee Killily.
Aye.
Trustee Hilly.
Aye.
Trustee Johnson.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, sir.
So I have next is kind of a question, I'm not sure if I need to put this on the agenda for approval for next week or not, but we have, a few of our non-union or union employees, that are carrying over a few hours of time, but they've already put in to use it the first week of January. Do I need to approve the rollover of that, or since it's approved before the end of the year, it's okay?
If it's already approved,
My concern is that it doesn't, I don't want it to come out of their time on December 31st when they're using it the 2nd and 3rd or the 5th and 6th, whatever it is. So do I need to approve it?
That's a good point. It will automatically come, are we talking about police department?
Yeah.
It will automatically come out of their bank if it's not taken by December 31st?
So,
Or you handle that?
yeah, so what we were just questioning is because, especially with the new system that tracks it, being that Monday, Tuesday still is in December, but we allow the first, second, third, as vacation time, we still have it as part of this year's time? Did we need to approve carrying it over for the second and the third, even though it's the first 2 days of the year? And we're allowing it to be one of those 2 days.
Does anyone on the board have a problem with this?
No, that's a common issue when
I,
ends.
but this is the first time it's happened at this point with the new system, so I just want to make sure I'm not forgetting to do something so that it doesn't happen. I just want to make sure the board's okay with it, so if there is adjustment that needs to be made, it won't be an official approval.
Yes.
Otherwise, I can throw it on the agenda for next week.
As long as you're handling their crude, and
Yeah.
you make sure it doesn't get
Correct.
Mhm.
cleared out at December 31st, then
Right.
we're good.
Then, just to make the board aware, we do have a few officers that will be doing that, have been approved, are taking it the first week of January. Next week, we would like to schedule, I talked a few weeks back about our new officer that was approved by the Police and Fire Commission, so we will be adding that to the agenda for swearing in next week. Chief, will you make sure Deputy Clerk Harris gets the information to put on the agenda? Also, I'd like to remind everybody that we are in our final push for our toy drive. Everybody has been very generous. We have a lot of children that we're hoping to bring a very Merry Christmas to. We still have a few children for the Secret Santa that can be adopted. You can contact the police department. But please, for the next week, we hope everybody can drop some toys off either at one of the box locations, or feel free to go on our village website or the Facebook page and shop off of our Amazon gift list. It was a huge hit this year. We've had a number of toys ordered from the Amazon wish list. It's very simple. You order it and it goes directly to the police department, so you don't even have to bring it in. So, we appreciate all the donations. Our final week, please donate if you can. Last but not least, I would like to just talk a little bit about the results of our e-recycling survey that we did. A few weeks ago, the village board, we talked about the fact that we've worked out an arrangement with Republic for about $1.15 a month to pick up e-waste once a month from residents. This would include 1 TV per month and unlimited amount of other monitors, batteries, clocks, whatever has a cord or a battery. We had an overwhelming response of about 66% of the residents wanted. So I will be bringing that information forward with the mayor to have the board put it to a vote to try to get this started for the first of the year. That's all I have this evening, sir.
And just to tag on to that, it may not seem like a big deal to everyone, but first of all, it is state law that you cannot throw anything with a cord or a battery in your garbage can. So not only is it state law, it also is better for the environment. So we're trying to handle both. I know that maybe your electric knife went out over Thanksgiving and you didn't think anything about it and you just threw it in the trash can. We can't do that. This gives every resident the opportunity. We're gonna have an educational program as well to educate every resident. Think about your hairdryer. Just think about all the items in your life that go out on a regular basis that needs to go into the e-recycling bin. So I think it's a big deal, and I fully support it. So.
And I think the cost too, if you have, 1 pickup every quarter, it's less than a tank of gas right now. So, it really, or a gallon of gas. It really, a tank of gas. I have a small car. No, but it really, I think it will make a big difference, and I do think it will make people think about recycling more and put more into making sure It's a lot easier to hold something if you know in the next couple of weeks, you're gonna have somebody coming to your curbside and being able to pick it up. I agree 100%, Mayor.
Thank you. That's it?
That's all I have, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Attorney Valdez.
Yes. Trustee Johnson, if you may recall, about a month ago, had me look into the language that was involved in our water bill collections and water bill procedures. As is the case whenever I try and change language in one part of the village code and connect it to other parts, some of which are still remaining from 1935, I find multiple instances in which the language is archaic, and in some cases even downright against what the Illinois statutes say. With that said, I'm probably going to have to rewrite the entire water department section of the village code. Ty, if you're available this week, maybe you can give me an hour of your time to make sure you don't make any technical errors in rewriting it. I think I know what most of the intent is, but some of the stuff has to be removed because it simply is not palatable under Illinois law anymore. And I'm looking right now at part of an ordinance which was dated in 1901. So obviously, if you have language that says a horse must draw the water from the main to other parts of the connection, that isn't going to be applicable anymore. So I should have a draft ready for you to go next week to look at, and we can modernize our water code. I thank Trustee Johnson for bringing that to my attention.
Well, while you're at it, why don't you just go through the whole village code and find all the funny anecdotes.
I think I have that much time. That's good.
That's it?
That's it.
And,
Yes.
Cook County has also passed a paid leave act. We have to opt out of that as well. It doesn't affect the village of Midlothian, but affects the park district and the school districts. So I've asked the attorney to produce the small resolution that would, in fact, opt the park district and school district out. We'd like to have that on the agenda for discussion and approval next week. So just a heads up. Does anyone have an issue with that before we get there? We can discuss it now. But, all right, then I'll get off my soapbox. All right, my business, just wanted to sadly report to those that don't know, we lost a dear friend, Kathy Faulkner, suddenly, and she'll be missed by so many people. So, to the Faulkner family, our condolences. And the parade, parade's coming up Saturday. It kicks off at
4,
4. You got the banner?
we're ready.
Okay. Weather looks fairly decent?
Yes,
so-
no rain, looking good.
Can you add a heater to it this year, please? It's a little chilly.
It's supposed to be 42, that's good for this time of year.
Just sit in front of the
Heat wave.
speaker and you won't care how cold it is. All right, so hopefully y'all can make it. Look forward to seeing you, and then I guess that's all I have. So, Clerk Moskowitz? Who's that?
147th and
Oh,
Kilpatrick,
147th and Kilpatrick.
to the Village Green.
I think we're lining up on Kilpatrick,
Yes.
I believe.
Yeah.
To the north of 147th.
Both sides.
Both sides. Okay.
That's my understanding, yeah.
Okay.
Both sides and probably part of the plaza on the north side, but definitely not in the former Grills property.
Correct. We'll also have the annual tree lighting at the end of the parade at the Village Green, and hopefully trustees can join in some sing-alongs before we wrap.
I'll warm up my singing voice, sir.
Excellent.
Santa will be there?
Speaker, microphone, I don't know how we're gonna, we always have trouble with that, okay. All right, thanks. Clerk Moskowitz.
I have nothing tonight, sir.
Thanks, sir. Seeing there's no further business coming before the board, I'm looking for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Meeting adjourned. Thank you all.